welcome back to my channel. My name is Shiv if we haven't even met before, and if you're coming back then welcome. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this look right here using the Saharan Palette from Juvia's Place. I've used this before on my channel, but last time I mainly used this colour right here to create my makeup look, and this time around I wanted to create a look using this really dark blue, green, teal kind of shade right here, which reminds me of the blue brown pigment from MAC without the brown, if that makes sense. And this is the look that I came up with. It's super glamorous and perfect for date night, for a night out, for when you just want to feel a bit extra, do you know what I mean? So if you want to see how to create this makeup look, then please carry on watching and I shall show you how. Before you do, please subscribe, it means the world, and let's just carry on with the tutorial. So to start off this look, I'm going to be taking the Saharan Palette by Juvia's Place, which is what I'll be using for this whole makeup look in this tutorial. It has some gorgeous colours in it. I mean, look at this palette, it's so gorgeous. I did do a testing video on this and I based my look using this colour because it's not something that I'd usually use, but in today's tutorial I wanted to try out this Kia shade here, which is like a bluey green kind of reflect eyeshadow. I wore this look the other day when I went shopping and I thought, oh my god, that would make such a good tutorial. So I'm going to show you how I created like a really nice smoky eye using the tealy bluey greeny kind of shade. It's got a mixture of everything. It reminds me a little bit of MAC's blue brown pigment but without the brown, if that makes sense. But yeah, the first shade I'm going to go in with is this one right here, which is called Capsina, which is like a soft brown shade. And I'm going to be taking this on my Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease brush. So I'm just going to take my brush into the shadow, tap off the excess. I'm going to start off quite light with this look just to kind of build it up as we go along. So I'm just taking this blending brush into the crease of my eye and then just slowly blending it back and forth just with really light pressure just above the crease. You'll barely see it at first, and I have just fake tanned. Yay, finally. So it won't show up as much as when I am pale, but this will just help to blend out the colours later on as well. Then when you get to the outer kind of section of the eye, like the out of the area, just going to blend it back and forth in little windshield wiper motions just to really buff it into the outer corner of the eye. Just build it up lightly. I wouldn't go in with too heavy of a hand because these shadows are quite pigmented. Just going to build it up slowly and slowly and slowly. I watched I listened to like a podcast last night before I went to sleep, like one of these meditation podcasts, and like in my head I'm like, go to sleep, you're going to be filled with positive affirmations, and that's like in my head constantly. I mean, it's a good thing, but when I'm filming I'm like, blend it back and forth. Yeah, I'm just blending it back and forth, keep on going until you like the intensity, really working that into the eye crease. Oh, I forgot to mention before I started filming, I obviously already have filled in my eyebrows, carved them out with concealer, and then primed the lids just using the concealer, and then I set it into place using the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. It's just my favourite kind of combo. The Makeup Revolution Concealer and Define Concealer is really good for setting your lids because it does actually set down, whereas I find when I use my Anastasia one, it's like a much thinner consistency, so it doesn't really set as much and you have to use more powder. So the next shade that I'll be going in with is this kind of orangey brown colour called Jamila. I think it's gorgeous. This is definitely one of my staple colours in this palette. I think it goes with every single kind of foiled or metallic shade in the palette. So I'm going to be taking this one right here. And the brush I'll be using to apply it is the Zoeva 227 Luxe Soft Definer brush. Just taking it onto the tip of the brush, tapping off the excess, and then I'm going to start working this also into the crease but bringing it slightly lower down. It's a little wriggly motion. Wriggly? I always say wriggly when I do my makeup tutorials, but I meant like wiggly, like you're kind of wiggling the brush around to really diffuse the shadow. Just adding more and more until I like the intensity. I like to build up my shadows rather than going in really heavy-handed. It just helps to blend it out and the end result will just look a lot more seamless. I'm just going to take my brush that had the Capsina shade on it just to help diffuse the orange kind of shade out a little bit. Mute it down just a little bits. Now to darken up the outer corner, I'm going to take this dark black shade called Chad, and I'm going to take this on a really small tapered blending brush from Crown Brushes. One with like a really small point will be perfect for this. I'm taking a teeny bit on the tip of the brush because this is like a really good black eyeshadow. To blow away the excess, tap it away. It's really intense. And I'm just going to start by really delicately just working this into the outer V of the eye, just to kind of start smoking it up a little bit. As you can see, I'm really not bringing it in too far at all because that's going to be covered up by a dark blue shadow anyway. It's just to really smoke out this outer corner. If you imagine a line from the end of your lower lash line going up towards your brow, that's where you want the shadow to go. You could use tape for this if you wanted to. I'm kind of out of the phase at the moment of using tape. I used to use it in like every single tutorial, but now I just like the way it looks if I kind of try my best to make it wing down naturally and then just clean it up with concealer later. I don't know why, I just think it looks better, but I'll probably get back into the tape phase fairly soon. Just keep on blending. Black eyeshadow is one of the toughest shadows to work with just because it's pretty much just pure pigment, so it's really difficult, but trust me, persistence is key here. So I'm just going over the kind of front crease section just here, slowly bringing it back just to help blend it out. Going back and forth with both brushes just to really build up the intensity. Keep making sure that it's really softly blended out. I've also got a little tea towel right next to me that I'm just kind of brushing off my brushes onto it, just where I don't want like any extra black on my brush. This just helps when blending out. Really take your time with it. Then at the end I'm going back in with a tiny bit of that Catsina shade even, just to really smooth everything out. Now I'm going to go in with this cream base from NYX. This is their Cobalt Blue Gel Liner and Smudger with a flat shader brush, and I'm going to pack this all across the lid as my base. This will make the other shadow look really intense. And the gel liner looks just like this. It's a really bright blue shade. So where is my brush? So I'm just taking some of this gel liner on my brush, and then I'm going to kind of tap this onto the main part of the lid. I'm not planning on doing a cut crease or anything, just a lovely smoky eye. Doing this really slowly, and I'm not going to bring it up too high like usual, where usually I bring it up like all the way there. I'm just going to look open and kind of see where it sits. And then just tap away. Tappa tappa tappa, tappa tappa tappa. If anyone watches The Simpsons, you will get my reference. Once that base is all on, I'm going to take my MAC 239 shader brush. I don't know why I was looking for the numbers because they're completely scratched out, but remember it's a 239. I'm going to spray the brush with a little bit of Primark's primer water just to dampen the brush a little bit and help pick up the colour and make it look a little bit more metallic. Then the start of the show, I'm taking this beautiful teal green blue turquoise. I don't even know how to describe this shadow. It's got so many different kind of like undertones to it, but this is called Kia from the Juvia Saharan Palette, which is what I'm basing my whole look upon. I'm just going to take this on my MAC 239 brush that I've just dampened, which does not feel damp enough. Okay, then I'm going to go into the shadow, kind of like working it into my brush. Oh, there we go. And then I'm just going to tap off the excess, like not a lot, just a little bit. And then just tap this on top of that blue base, and you're left with a really intense eye. Like, look how metallic and gorgeous that is. Yes, I love it. It's so gorgeous. I feel like my voice sounds really husky today, but I've drinking loads of water. I've drunk loads of water, not to talk. Really working that across the blue base, and then just take like the kind of like tip of the brush and run it through the crease just like that to even out the edges. So So gorgeous. Then I'm going to take a little bit more of the black, like honestly the smallest tap you've ever seen, and just kind of go into the outer corner a little bit to darken where the blue may have covered up. Then I'm going to take that orangey shade and just go over the top of it just to help re-intensify the look. And then you guessed it, we're going to go back in with that Cappuccino shade just to blend everything out. So next I'm going to take this liner from Sigma. It's just their Wicked Gel Liner. I'm just going to pop this into my inner waterline. Okay, I forgot to put the lid on last time, so it's kind of dried out a teeny bit, but I have just kind of sharpened it, and now look at that. One touch is all you need. So I'm just applying this to my lower lash line, sorry, inner waterline even. Then also on the top. Next we're going to go back into our blue liner base, and I'm just going to go straight in with the brush we used before, just the tip of the flat shader brush. I'm just going to smudge this under the lower lash line. I want this look to be super smoky, so that's what we're going for. I'm just going to start by working this into the lower lash line, and it's okay if it mixes with the black slightly, but that liner does set, so I don't think it will do. I think blue lower lash lines look so nice, and they just really are a summer vibe, even though in England it's turning into autumn now, but for me they're definitely like a summer vibe. And then I'm going to go back in with the Kia shade just on the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to pack this on top of that blue liner on the lower lash line and just starts really smudging it in. Trying to work it into the lashes as well, because you've got that kind of annoying little white line of skin showing through. And then I'm going to take the brush that had the orange shade just to kind of like go under it and blend it out a little bit. Now I want to highlight the brow bone with something pretty, and I'm going to go in with my brand new highlighter, which is the Doll Beauty Doll Light Highlighter in the shade Like a Diamond. I got this in Topshop in Westfield recently. It's so beautiful. Look at the hearts like in it. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to do a blog post reviewing this, but it's just the most gorgeous highlighter, and it says make them stare in the mirror. There is my ring light. Hello. It says make them stare in the mirror. I don't know if you can see that. But that's what I'm going to take. So I'm just going to take a little brush to apply this. This is just the one that comes in one of the Urban Decay Vice palettes. It's just a little kind of flat shader eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to pack this on the top of the brow bone. Oh my god, this is beaming. I'm also going to like apply this to my inner corner as well, but I'm going to do that a little bit later once I've done like my concealer and everything. Blending out the brow bone highlight with the brush that had Cappuccino on it. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and apply a generous coat of the Sigma Sinuosity Lash Mascara. I'm just going to pop these on my lashes and give them a good curl. I need new eyelash curlers so badly. For lashes, I'm taking these amazing ones called Taylor, also from Doll Beauty. These look amazing. They are super wispy, super long and dramatic. I mean, look at these lashes. They're so long, wispy, and they are completely cruelty free. They are not mink, which is amazing. They go out of the outer corner. They are massive, so I cannot wait to apply these. I'm just going to apply these amazing lashes off screen, just because I'm gonna have to cut them down a little bit and play around with them, and it's just gonna cut some time out of the video. But if you want to know how to put false lashes on, there's bound to be a video somewhere on YouTube, so definitely go check that out. If you do want me to do a video on how I apply my false lashes, then definitely let me know. If not, I will be right back. Lashes are on. I love them. They're absolutely massive, really spiky, and then they flare out of the outer corners. They are my new favourite eyelashes. Taylor from Doll Beauty, amazing. You can get them at Topshop, and I'll link them down below, and they're really easy to apply as well. So now let's move on to the face. So I'm just going to give the Primark Primer Water a good shake and spray this on as my first like priming step. Okay, once we are doused in the primer water, I'm just going to give my face a good fan to make it nice and tacky. Well, dry and tacky, you know what I mean. So So once that feels nice and tacky, I'm going to apply my actual primer. Today I'm using the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. I really like this and it smells amazing. So I'm just going to squeeze some out into my fingertips and then just massage it in and then apply this all over the face, concentrating on my chin, in the middle of my nose, in the middle of my forehead, and just working it into the skin to create a really nice face. Once that's been massaged in, I'm going to take full advantage of the fact that I have fake tanned. I probably look a lot paler on the camera than I do in real life because it tends to do that. But I'm going to be applying my Milani foundation. This is the Conceal and Perfect foundation in the shade Natural. This is probably the darkest foundation I have, apart from like my really dark ones from my kit. So I'm going to use this today while I can. So I'm just going to squeeze some out onto my Fresh Beauty blender. Can we just talk about how exciting it is to have a fresh one? Like, look how beautiful and clean that is. It's not going to be very clean for long, but that's what we've got. So I'm just going to squeeze some out onto the sponge. This is just the way I like to apply it. I apply a lot of foundation, you don't have to. Apply 2 pumps. I'm just going to see where that takes me. Still blending it down the net, even if it all matched, just to make it look even more flawless. Once my foundation has been applied, I'm taking my favourite Mink Stick to Flawless Foundation Stick. I'm just going to start by contouring under my cheekbones, then around my temples, and also around the tops of my forehead, just to kind of add some shape to the face. I don't know what accent that was supposed to be. Also going to contour my jawline. And then also a little bit under my lip, which will help it to look poutier. Tip of my nose, and then down the sides of my nose as well. Then to blend it out, I'll be taking this brush right here from Real Techniques, which is the Expert Face Brush. This is my favourite brush to blend out cream contour. Just going to start in little windshield wiper motions to really blend this out and buff it into the skin. Now onto concealer, I'm going to take the Revolution Makeup Concealer. This is the Conceal and Define one in the shade C5. Now that I have my tan on, I can use the slightly darker shade that I have. Just applying a generous amount to my chin, to the middle of my forehead, which is going to help to brighten up that area. And I'm also going to take it between the brows and then also down at the centre of the nose. Then I'm also going to take it under the eyes in an upside down triangle motion. Motion? Shape. Shape. Just definitely shape. So I'm just going to highlight right here. This is why I don't want to put the inner corner highlight on just yet, because I know I'll kind of like go over it when I conceal. Now I'm just going to take my Real Techniques sponge to blend it out. I haven't applied cream highlight in a while, so I definitely want to. This is the Primark Strobing cream in the shade Champagne. I'm going to be using this as a base for my highlights. I'm just taking a little bit on the tip of my ring finger and applying that as evenly as I can get it to my cheekbones. Now moving on to highlights, I'm going to spray my Anastasia 823 brush, a little bit of primer water just to dampen it. Ooh, I dropped my brush. Just to dampen it a little bit. Then I'm taking this gorgeous highlighter from Doll Beauty. Just going to go into it. I'm so excited. New highlighter. Going to pop this on. Oh my god, that's actually gorgeous. Look at it. Wow. Yes. Doll Beauty come through. Look at that. Applies a little bit above my brow, kind of bone area. Yes. Everything about this highlighter is gorgeous. I'm just going to apply more and more and more. I may have gone a little overboard, but I'm loving it. I'm going to apply some to the tip of my nose, above my lip, and then also down this bit of my nose right here in the middle. The glow, a little bit between the brows. Yes. Oh my god, that highlighter is gorgeous. I love it. Now we're just going to set everything else into place using the Rimmel Stay Matte Pressed Powder. Just taking some of this on my Spectrum's Collections brush. Now I'm going to contour using the Nip and Fab contour kit, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here, which is called Ginger, and I'm taking it on my MAC 109 contour brush. Just tapping off the excess, and then I'm going to start by contouring exactly where we did earlier with the cream contour, so under the cheekbones, around the temples, tops of the forehead, down the side of the nose, and then under my jaw and lip. For bronzer, I'm going to take this one right here from NYX, which is one of my faves. This is the medium matte body bronzer, and I'm going to be taking this on my Real Techniques blush brush. I'm just going to bronze up my face. Just kind of like over where we put the contour, but on a bigger portion to bronze up the skin, taking it down the neck and onto the chest. For blush, I'm going to be taking the Primark blusher in the shade Taboo with the Primark blusher brush. I'm going to apply this very lightly to the apples of my cheeks, also just in the middle of the highlight and the bronzer to blend it in. Then I'm going to set all of this into place using the Revolution Pro Supreme Hold Fixing Spray. I need new setting spray. You know when you kind of run out and it goes a bit like splatty in your face? Not good. Give that a good fan dry. Next I'm going to set my brows into place. This is the Anastasia Brow Gel in the shade Chocolate. Brushing these hairs back from about the middle, and then the front section I'm just brushing them up. You of course can do your brows however you want to. If you want to brush them all up, I'll go for... Hello, are you filming? Do you want to be in the camera? What's this? No? Okay, so now I'm just going to set my other brow into place. That also helps to get rid of any like powder residue that you've got left on your eyebrows from it setting your face. Now I'm just going to kind of like touch up the under eye section with a little bit more of that blue shadow, just tapping it on top. Now for inner corner highlight, I'm going to be taking the Anastasia Highlighting Duo Pencil Sand Shimmer, I think it is, yeah, Sand Shimmer. And I'm going to be applying that right to the inner corner as a base for this highlight. Then to highlight my inner corner, I'm going in with my Doll Beauty highlighter. So I'm just going to take the brush that I used to highlight my brow bone and pack this on top of that creamy base. Ooh, that is pretty! Just going to pop some mascara on my lower lashes. So for lips, I'm going to line them with MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil. I've never used this before and I'm really excited to try it. It's massive. It feels massive. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm going to line my lips with this and let's just see what happens. For my lipstick, I'm just going to be applying a gloss. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Gloss in the shade Toffee. I feel super glam. And this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial as much as I did creating it for you. I really like this makeup look. I feel super glamorous right now. I need to go out, but I'm not going out, so there we go. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. I really would appreciate it. It means the world. I cannot explain it anymore. Yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you like this makeup look, if you've created any looks using this palette, if you want me to use like another colour in this palette or anything like that, any video requests, anything like that, definitely check that out in the comments. And also don't forget to check out my Instagram page. I've been uploading some really fun like makeup videos recently, so go check out the link for that. My handle is shivonmakeupbiz, the same as my YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out and I shall see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. You created this look using what? Start again. So to ooh, got something in my hair. Front section here. Oh, got something in my eye. And keep what? I've also got a little bit of what? I can't talk. Oh my god. Where'd it go? I think blue what? Then I'm taking this gorgeous